Hello, Korben. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for asking, and I'm really happy to hear your voice in our channel. Welcome here, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So, how is this COVID shit in USA? As we know, you are living in USA, right?
Yes, I am in the USA, right by Washington, D.C. area, so there's always something going on here.
Everything is going on there because there's a northeast of United
That's right.
States.
That's right. Yes, there's
So,
always some sort of protest going on.
you are free from masks, right?
That's right. That's right.
So, did you get your vaccine?
I did not get my vaccine.
When?
Um, I am not taking a stand against it, but I'm not in a rush to get
Cautious.
it. I think that they're going to make it a little better, and once they make it better, then I'll get in line with everybody else.
When everybody get vaccines, then there will be a cumulative healing, right? So maybe
I
you don't
think
need to
so.
get your vaccine.
That's right. That's
Uh,
right. Herd immunity is what that's called.
exactly, I'm at the same point. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking. That's what I'm thinking. So, Corbin, when you start this game,
I started playing the game three and a half years ago. I started in December. Actually, no, I started in the summer 4 years ago. My realm at that time was, I think, 173,
hmm
and I had no idea what I was doing or how any of it worked. It just was a program that came on my Windows 10 laptop, and
same here, bro. Same here. When
I
I
had no idea what was going on. I just sat back and I didn't know about Shield, so my initial Shield ran out, and I would get attacked every single day. And I thought people were mad at me. I didn't know why they were attacking me.
Same here, bro. When I need to renew my laptop, it came with Windows 10. So I was just thinking, it's like Age of Empires mobile version. But
Yeah,
I didn't knew any shield renew issues or when I sleep, I was thinking game will be sleep in sleep.
right, right. I logged out. Why are things still happening?
So,
Yeah.
173 you started, and then
173, and then I realized that I had started my castle all wrong, and it was going to be a lot of work to redo it. And at the time, when you start a new castle, it's always in the newest realm,
oh man,
and there was not a lot of resources around. And somebody told me you should go to one of the older realms and get into someone's
alliance.
alliance, and they'll have a lot more resources to help you level up your castle faster. So I moved to realm 95, and I
Because
played.
other people's pennies will be your dollars, right?
Amen. Yes, we try to invest wisely rather than invest quickly.
Yes.
So yeah, so I got there and I played in 95 for probably a year, and I was I was never gonna get uh, the throne. I was never gonna be very high up. I was in King B's alliance called RMF, and
RMF? What do you mean RMF? Alliance name?
that was the alliance name, was RMF.
Okay, okay, okay.
If you know King V, he is, to me, he is a great guy, and
hmm
he taught me so much about how to play, you know, smart, and some of the
Yes, yes.
key things.
I heard about him. Too many good words. I heard.
He's a really good player. He's really good to the people on his team, and he's the type of guy you want fighting with you and not against you. So I was out searching for a new waiting with three other guys. We were going to go to the next realm that opened, and I logged in one morning. and I was looking at the realm view, and realm 237 just popped up. It just out of nowhere, my game kind of froze as it does, and when I reloaded it, 237 was there. So I jumped into realm 237 and started a castle and started an alliance, and it was the first alliance in the realm, and they gave me a region without having to conquer it. And
that was easy, huh?
so yeah, so I was in 237, and I've been in 237, which merged into 300 about a year and a half ago. And
Almost same like our time, our merge time. So how
yeah.
is going in 300?
300 is very quiet. 300, we made a deal in 237 when we merged, and the two top alliances merged into one. And
So
unfortunately, I think it killed the realm.
Throne is round in one by one, right?
Yes.
And there's a peace, total peace, almost.
Total peace. Total peace. We don't have any enemies. Even the alliances we mark red don't.
Wait. What did you do in the tournament? You know, there's a huge tournament. Maybe
Yes.
Gameloft's most impressive event for this game.
Yes, I think
history.
the tournament is great. We didn't have any participation.
The idea is great, right?
Yes. You know, I'll tell you, here's one thing with the game. Every great idea can be ruined by the players in this game.
But this time, everybody is doing with good faith, right?
You know, I think
surprisingly.
I think that it becomes a lot more strategy where you with the capital, because then you can recover right at the end and drop somebody's score and change their seeding or bump them out of the tournament. If your team's not doing well enough to make it, you can make a deal and say, hey, I'll do a bunch of capital recovery. So I think that happened in 289. But you know what? That is one of the strategies for Capital RVR. That's not new to this tournament. That happens all the time. So it's interesting. And I love watching, you know, some of the bigger realms, some of the more organized realms come together.
Listen, what was our bracket, you know? Did you notice?
What that?
What was our bracket on the first leg? Did you notice? There was SOS, there was Turkoman, there was By Dream.
Yes.
3 times merged realms, and we faced them. They fought each other, and we sneaked between them, and we won.
Nice.
But sadly, we can't gather enough points to jump to top 16. So
you didn't make the tournament?
No, we didn't make. Actually, I didn't spend any effort because my old friends knows I can't play this game at weekends. But sadly, that all RVRs playing in weekends, so I couldn't help at all. But still, it's sad because there were huge effort from our guys. So how can I say? I'm showing my huge respect to them, my real. Even they can't jump into top 16, but today Gameloft published the next level. Did you see the image?
I did see the bracket. Yep.
There will be fun again still.
And there will be with each round, we are going to get some impressive battles, especially since it's one against one. There's no deals now. Now that you're in the tournament, there are no deals to be made. And
there will be no fortification step. And right. Capital occupation time reduced to 1.5 to 45 minutes, you know? Yes. It'll
be very interesting to see. You know, you've got some of these realms that have their rally castle is insane. SCY, I don't know whether the Rally Castle is stronger than Hackney or if Hackney is stronger than the Rally Castle, but it's too close to tell.
Bro, everywhere rally castles are most powerful castles, you know.
It's
That's
crazy.
interesting. Exactly. So,
So I had a pretty decent Rally Castle that got banned in the big farm banning.
yeah, we used to farming castles to rally castle for as a rally castle, but these times rally castles are really powerful castles.
Yes. Yeah.
So
A
you
lot of
said,
investment.
bro, you said players ruining game.
Yes.
Let's talk about what people trying to ruin this game. What people doing to try and
Yeah. Yeah.
let's talk about
There's
refund issue, for example.
which issue?
Refund issue. You know, they are buying bundles
Oh,
with
yes, yes.
cheapest
Bundles.
prices, and
Yeah.
they are hungry and they are still refunding it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the refund.
Ah, refund. Sorry, refund. I'm saying
Yeah.
refund, but
Yeah. The
refund. Yes,
refund,
go.
that's only one part of it, right? Refunding, you take somebody's money, you refund it, and then the person who paid for the pack pays the price. They get banned because Gameloft investigates the return and which castle got the pack and didn't pay for it, right? So you got that, that's ruining it. And that only happens with the cheap packs. So unintended consequences are Gameloft tries to fix the store. There was a store glitch with Steam
Mhm.
that allowed
And also
me,
and also Windows Store
yeah,
too
yeah,
for our countries, Egypt, Turkey, or
yes.
Argentina. I
So
think Argentina is fixed, but still Egypt and Turkey, no bundles for
no
buy.
bundles.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, no
right.
bundles still.
So what happened was they were ripping off Gameloft for the refunds. You
Hmm.
know, Gameloft just wants to sell the bundles, right? So they sell the bundles to the stores, to the Microsoft store, to the Steam store, to the,
Apple
Google
Store,
Play,
yeah.
right? Apple, all that stuff. The refunds are the problem. So now they say, let's fix this, and they ruin Steam. And now Steam is like glitchy and you can't transfer castles to Steam anymore, right? That was the first step in things that they didn't intend to break, but they broke. Now, this last update, they try to put in so that you can't, they try to close the loophole for buying from the Microsoft store on old version of Windows 8, 1. And when they did that, they broke all of the connections for people using Microsoft accounts that weren't linked to their online Microsoft account. So if you had a local, like you and I, when we download or opened the game for the first time, we had a local
So
castle, right?
exactly,
And they broke
exactly.
it.
Hmm.
And that's an unintended consequence of refunding cheap packs. So if people weren't trying to exploit the cheap packs, the Microsoft um, delinking or breaking of that game would never have happened because they wouldn't be trying to fix anything.
Never have happened to any game.
Right,
Any game,
right.
not this game or not this game loft, any game for in any game in the universe.
Yes, that's right. Yes, and this you're absolutely right. This is not a Game Loft or a March of Empires problem. This is a online gaming, global online gaming problem. There's always somebody, they see somebody who's got a lot of money, go out and spend
They
$300, $400, and they say, I can't afford that. But if it was a cheap pack, then I could get the same amount and just refund it. So I didn't pay anything. I invested a little bit, but then got my money back.
bro, if they stopped when they got cheap packs, probably there won't be a problem. But
Right.
they were hungry and
Greed.
they bought them as a cheap prices and still they refunded.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
unacceptable, and now these days people are crying. Why Gameloft can't fix this? Why Gameloft can't fix this? We can't buy any bundles, blah blah blah. Gameloft can't fix this easily because this is unique issue.
Yes.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
RSS
Yeah,
selling,
that
RSS
you
selling.
got that. You've got the scripts, right? The script. You know, if you go to Atlantis ever, you will see who is using macro and who is using auto heal. There's all sorts of script and bots out there, and you get players that you know they play on the PC and you know
I can't accept, bro. I can't accept some kind of macros. Like you hit it thousands of camps, and you have
Yeah.
to crack those chests. And I can't accept that auto click applications. But yes, you've seen in Atlantis auto healing, auto attacking, auto jumping, or something like that.
Yes.
These are unacceptable, in my opinion, but people are using it. People using this game as a profit platform, right? You
Yes,
know,
absolutely.
people were selling resources, realm to realm, when
Yes.
RVRs comes. So there were interesting prices for 1B food, 1B iron, blah, blah, blah. People
So
really ruined this game
yes. So
with
think
macros.
about this. You
Yeah.
want to talk about resource selling? Think about this. When I joined 95, Realm 95, which at the time was one of the Hydra Realm 94 was the smallest number realm around. So it was 94 and 95 were two of the oldest realms around. 144 also with SOS. They were around.
Mhm.
The high, you know, King V at that time was, I want to say he was like 3 or 4 billion might. And it was ridiculous. I didn't know anybody else that was anywhere near that. And now the top 300 in
We
my
have
bet
Renato.
realm
We have
is over
Renato
that.
reality, you know?
Yes. And all of that is the Grand Muster event on Monday, right? So you get people who are training, you know, there's a video out there of Pim from 144 doing 9 billion might in a training event. And that was a huge deal at the time. Now, I did 9 million or 9 billion in a training event.
How can you get those resources? Did they
Absolutely.
get it from the map?
No, you buy them from the resource sellers, right? You just right before RVR, you find somebody who's selling and who can jump it into your realm, or you jump into their realm, and then Gameloft picked that. And now, you know what I see now as
Game
I go
loft.
around
Yes.
playing, I see bots just constantly 24 hours a day hitting all the dead castles in my realm. My
There are
resources are
bots, right?
nothing
There are
because I
bots hitting
never
that
gather any.
all night, all day.
That's right.
Bro,
You know, and you got
macros.
people who've got 200B of every resource, and they say, "Oh, I just hit deads for a couple hours every day," and you're like, "There's no way that happens. That's not how that happens."
Bro, there is macros. There are macros.
Of
There
course,
are bots.
yes,
And there are auto healers. And there are resource sellers.
yeah,
We can accept all of them at that point, at least. Okay?
yeah. You
But
know, I
but
bought resources. You know, if you have, you have the think about this. You want to play the Grand Lotto. You gotta have to buy 9 billion or 9 million tickets, you know, so that you can then spend them all during the 1 hour event, and you end up with, you know,
that's what I'm talking about.
thousands of boxes to open.
These things can be acceptable. The auto clickers, buy tickets and spend tickets in the event for 1 hour event. This can be
Yes.
acceptable. At least we can ignore them. But I know, but people doesn't know. What are you doing in your real life?
Right, right. I do. So I work in IT. I'm an IT consultant. I've been doing that for
IT means information technologies.
Information technology. I work with computers.
The huge
yes.
scale.
Yes, big scale, big scale.
So people can't understand what's going on these times on Tron fights or etc. Because there's a Chinese hack tool, and people can't imagine how can people finding the attacker's location, how can people attacking Tron it from far away in 1 second, or blah blah blah. So what are you thinking about Chinese hack tool? Because this is not a macro, this is not a bot, this is a totally different level of being asshole, right? I'm sorry for my bad word, but this is totally different level of being asshole, right?
Yes, when I first heard of and saw some screenshots from the Chinese hack tool, it really made me question whether or not I could stay in the game if it proliferated like the macros do. It is a executable program that runs in conjunction with your game, and it will, anything you want to do, if you want to find a person by name or by might, you want to find everybody over a certain might, or if you want to find all the relics in the, for the relic event, if you want to find every supply, every emerald that pops up on the map, you can find that. You can do anything on it. And the auto heal, you never have to waste time going to the heal tab, which when I start, playing in Atlantis and I start doing, attacks, to me, I'm counting out the time it takes me to go click the castle, click attack, click the formation, click attack, all of that. And when I want to accelerate, I click attack, and then I hit speed up, speed up, speed up.
There's a list of processes we have to do for fight.
That's right. That's right. There's 7 steps.
At least three or four steps. But this hack tool, it's totally different. It's marvelous. So I'm asking your professional opinion, how it works.
So the hack tool.
Is it legal? Macros can be acceptable as a legal because it's automatic kind of program. It's not a program actually, but it's kind of program, and it's simulating your clicks. Macros,
right.
But this thing is totally different.
Yeah, so the macro does the clicks for you, and it takes away the error, right? So sometimes I click and there's a march going in, and it gives me the pop-up of the march, or I click the wrong formation, I have to click somewhere else, or that the macro helps with that. It prevents, there's no error. It goes to the same spot every time. 100% of the time, and it does exactly what you would do, but there's no problem error. The Chinese hack tool gets into the program and it executes it for you without human interaction. You don't need to send it has the end state already. So it's just, you want to do this, okay, boom, it has already downloaded offline the map, and it knows where all of these things are. So
and
it can tell
this
you.
Thing sniffing network packs.
Yes.
Yes. That's how this hack tool is finding castles, finding relics, finding other stuff on the map. Even you didn't visited the part of that map. That part of the map.
Absolutely. You don't have to expose that part of the map, right? You just, absolutely. So it's too much. It's too much, and to me, that's the greed of it too. Not only can it do all of that as a third party extension of the game, these guys have it down as profit, and they say, you put some money on your account, you can use this one time, you can do this.
Or
somebody sent me.
You can
during
give
the season
$200 for a month.
yes. Set up a direct deposit, whatever you want. Somebody sent me during the season stats, right? The rankings for each one of the categories. Because I said, people always ask me, how many camps have you hit? How many T5 have you trained? How many kills do you have? And I always make something up, you know, because I'm not going to tell them what I have. And this guy sent it back to me and said, no, you have this amount. And I looked at what he sent me and it was exactly what I had. So where did you get that? And that's when he tried to sell me this Chinese hack tool.
Every question marks are everywhere. So what is your opinion? How can Gameloft can block this shit? Because this is a shit. It's unacceptable for anyone.
Absolutely. I'm
not fair.
Scared to death.
It's not fair at all. Because, you know, this game has too many different dynamics for the good game playing. But we are ruining it, as you said before. But this hack tool is really different level.
It's the next level, and it takes everything out of it. And it's, you know, I had a guy in my alliance, we were talking about it, and he said, essentially, you don't even need to do anything. You just sit back and watch the game play itself, because it takes all the fun out of it for me. You know, I know
are playing this shit for fun.
Yeah. Like, why are you even playing if, let's say that you're, you find somebody and you find somebody and, you know, you're either in it, to me, you're either in it for, I've never sold resources because for me, my fun in the game is the strategy behind it. I don't hate the resource sellers because, you know, I can take advantage of that, and knowing the variables helped me solve the equation. But the Chinese hack tool it's too much. It takes everything out of it, and there's no.
It's disgusting, man.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
It takes all the competition out, and I don't understand, if you won that way, what is the point? What is the point of winning using some tool like that?
Just pumping your egos?
Yeah, I'm in a video game.
Are you playing this game for ego or fun?
Yeah, are you playing for fun, or are you playing to make money? Right, so that's what happens, right? You split the population into people who play for fun and people who want to make money at it. And how can they make money, right? Selling the cheap packs, getting the money back for the packs, creating a macro, selling the macro. You know, I think I always get a lot of
bro, macro or RSS selling is becoming innocent against the Chinese sector.
Right. You remember when that was our biggest problem? That was our biggest problem. Now it's not even a problem.
Yes. So people are moaning about this thing. People is moaning about this issues. İşte macros, resource selling, and Gameloft can block something like army load becoming 0 when RVR times. It was a genius solution, in my opinion.
Yes. Hey, I don't have a problem with anything that Gameloft does to try to make the game more fair. I understand, you know, I do understand that at some point I hate to say it this way, but it's either you can fight against it and continue to get crushed, or you can, you know, find your level of morality, what you're willing to accept to compete. I've used macros. I've bought resources. I don't do it a lot, but, you know, the options for me were continue to get crushed in everything. You know, or try to figure out how to take advantage of some of the things that I had around me. But
let's talk about you, bro. Let's talk about you. Where will you see yourself after 1 or 2 years in game?
You know, that's a good question. That's a good question.
It's like a business appointment, right?
Yeah. If you asked me, if you asked me 4 years ago if I would still be playing this, I would have laughed and said, "There's no way I would still be playing this game."
Because it's an
When I
addiction,
got,
right?
yeah,
It's an
it's an
addiction, kind of
addiction.
addiction.
It is an addiction. As long as I still find ways to have fun playing it, I'm going to still play it. I because of my circumstance, and I always say everyone's circumstances are different. And if you spend $100 and that means a lot to you, then don't spend it on the game. If you spend $3 or $4 on the game, and that's no big deal, then spend $3 or $4 on the game. I personally spend money on the game, and,
Well,
and I don't
how
have
much?
anything.
How much per
You,
month, for example?
uh, you don't want to know. Probably it depends. It depends on the month, right? And what's
Okay,
going on.
okay.
There are months where I've spent $3,000 or $4,000 on the game in a month. You know,
What the
yeah, yep.
Oh
There.
man, you are
So it
spending
depends, right?
too much.
It
Uh,
depends. When farm castles were big, right? Farm castles were big. Everyone wanted to get a farm castle. I acquired anyone who was leaving the game. I tried to buy their castle. People who had taken the throne before me, that I had built up my castle with pack gears and
mhm.
was just as strong. But what I didn't want was that castle to go to somebody else. So I bought it and I turned it into a farm castle for me. You know, I
You buy in other castles. I was asking how much you're spending for bundles.
oh, but no, yeah. So just on bundles,
Just
yeah. I
bundles, I'm
mean,
asking.
just bundles. I probably per month maybe $200 or $300, depends on what
For
the
fancy
packs are.
gears, right?
Yeah, you want to
PvP
get,
gears.
yeah. So the cav, I've never bought any of the spear bundles, but the cav bundle, the sun scorched, all that stuff came out. I buy all those. Um, I was on a kick where I probably spent $1,500 in a month just buying gems to try to get my gems maxed out.
And tokens.
Um, So yeah, you get the champion tokens. Yes, I have to get all my champion classes to at least level 4. So you spend a lot on the champion
People
tokens.
still didn't realize, but the token thing is the game changer.
Oh
Because
yes,
there are two options, and if you have enough, if you have tokens enough, you can open two features at the same time. You know, the second faction unit
yes,
and T6 bonuses. You know,
yes. Oh
uh,
yes. The second faction, that is a game changer. I'll tell you the other one. The one that I'm most disappointed in is the quote T6, right? If you add one level to your default on say
T5.
swords.
Yes.
Yeah. You go to T5, it says add one more level. It doesn't do anything. So I invested a lot to unlock that and found out that it was no impact.
But
So
you are playing good, and there is a
they
different
will fix it.
bro. Yes, they will fix it, but
And when they fix it, I'll be ready.
you will be ready. Okay, but there is a different thing about you. So all around the globe, people knows you about your barbarian video.
Ah, yes, the barbarian video.
Can you talk about something about that video?
Yeah, so when I was in 237 before we merged, I never got to lead the barbarian rally. I got obsessed with how do I beat this? How do I beat this? And nobody wanted to share. Nobody would tell me the right formation. It was before battle plans, so I didn't know the tactic. I didn't know anything about barbarians. And then as became more and more powerful and started leading, uh, I was able to clear a lot of level 7 hives during Barbarian Weekend
Hmm.
and during the decree. So I thought, and before every weekend, people would send me message online and say, hey, how do I beat this? And, what should I use? And I said, you know what? Nobody ever made a video about this. Nobody ever freely shared
everybody
how
is
to
asking
beat
each
this.
other, how should I
Yes,
beat this? How should I beat this? But thanks to line application, because we can communicate each other, it's become the official partner of the game now.
right. Yes, it really has. It really has.
But
And
yes, there is no any explanation video about that subject, and you did this.
yeah, so I decided to put that video together and put it out on my channel, and inspired, honestly, inspired by your
Oh,
posting within the Facebook group, I said, you know what? I'm going to let people know that this is out there and time it to happen right before a barbarian event. So I said, you know what? We're starting to share more in the community, which I love. I love information sharing, and to me, I see, you know, we talk about line. You see a lot of angry line posts from people. And I always think of the game like chess. If I play chess against somebody, I don't hate that person. I'm not mad at that person if he beats me at chess. Same thing. If somebody attacks me and I lose, I'm not mad at them. They're doing what I would do.
because he's
So
doing he is doing or she is doing right moves to burn you.
yes, yes, you made the right. Or if I attack somebody and they change equipment last second and I lose, I'm not mad at that person for changing equipment or calling them a coward or, oh, you attacked me and then put up a shield. Of course you did. That's how you play the game, right? The idea is not to stand there and, you know, destroy your castle while trying to attack somebody else. So I think of the game like chess. I'm not mad at the person I'm attacking. I don't want them to be mad at me. I don't get into a whole lot of line spats about that, but I do see that a lot.
From some point, this game and uh, actually line application with this game become the social media. So if I will be honest, if I won't play this game, I won't meet with you. I won't meet too much people, too much good people, too many good people. So I'm really happy to play in this game, and I'm really happy to share in my experience because I'm not an expert, but playing this game for a long time, and I'm happy because people coming and asking me, and I'm explaining something, and too many people are really decent guys and girls. So I'm happy to meet you guys. I'm really happy.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I'm glad I never had Line or WhatsApp or anything like that. And now I associate it with the game because I don't talk to anybody else about anything else on those applications, but it makes it so that I can talk to people around the world at any time and, you know, share
For
strategy.
example, you and I, we are colleagues, right?
Yes,
But there is no option to meet each other except game.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, you know, that's a great point. I've actually found I found a guy who was playing the game that I ended up doing work with outside of the game, like computer work. I would have never found this person. We would have never had anything in common um, at all, or known that we did if we hadn't been playing the game and talking to people. It's a great social experiment to me. You get to meet so many people, and I learned so much, honestly, because it's around the world. I learned so much about what's going on around the world from my line chat, from people in my alliance, people in my line timeline, things that I don't know anything about. It helps me learn a lot more about the world. So to me, it's more than just the game, and that's it's the strategy. It is the game. There's that feeling where your heart starts to race a little bit and you're like, I'm going to go hit this guy. You're watching him gather deads and you're like, oh boy, okay, I got to jump in. I got to be ready. You get all excited about that. But then there's the aspect of, man, did I screw that up? I jumped in. I was slow, you know, and to me, it's all fun, win or lose. I don't care. You
Exactly,
know, what's the point of
exactly.
having 100 billion might if you're not willing to, you know, lose a few battles, win some, lose some. That's the fun of it.
From that point, it becomes beyond the might. When you step up to next level, you see in people's personalities. So game becoming a different thing, and it's yes, it's becoming a social experiment and social media. But it looks like we are advertising line application. There is a problem about Russia, you know, and China. They can't use line application because government blockage. But they are using Telegram.
Telegram, some use WhatsApp, Telegram. Those are the other two. I remember somebody asked me to install Telegram, and I didn't understand what he was talking about. I didn't even know it was a thing. But they told me line was blocked. So now I have all of the IP-based chat applications loaded on my phone.
Okay, bro.
You get to Asia, you have Kakao. You ever work with that?
No.
That's big in Korea. It's Korea. It's just like Line. It's just a way to chat with people in Korea.
Oh, there are too many alternatives to line application, but European and American server players mostly using line application because it keeps you anonymous, and if you want to share some personal info with people, it will be your decision.
Yeah.
It's not like Facebook or it's not like WhatsApp, because you know people can see your phone number via WhatsApp. So Korben, thanks to express your feelings, thanks to explain your opinion and view angle about this game and social approachment. And what will be your next words for this interview to all watchers, all visitors?
Like, what are my parting words?
Yeah.
I would say keep the personal part of the game separate from the fun of playing the game. Use the game as an escape from
reality,
from the pressure of the day-to-day, and don't mix personal attacks, and get out there, waste a P50, waste a P70, have some fun. Get out there. Don't be afraid to lose some might every now and then. Whatever.
Because we are seeing timeline or on Facebook groups, people trying to eat each other, beat each other, insult each other. This is not nice.
Don't take it serious. Don't take it so serious. It's the game. Tim from SOS once posted, hey, it's just bits and bytes going across the screen. Don't think of it as your troops. Just think of it as bits and bytes that can be replaced. I've never seen anybody zeroed that didn't have the opportunity to build back up if they didn't want to. So you put the time in, you get out of it fun. If you're playing the game and every time you log in you're angry, stop playing. Don't be angry.
Exactly. Okay, man. Thank you for sharing your time with us. And thank you for sharing your opinions, ideas, and approach about the game. So we will see you next time.
All right. Thank you so much for calling.
By the way, I will publish your Barbarian video with Turkish subtitles in our channel, and you gave permission to me before.
Please do. Please do. You have my blessing and permission, of course. It is public domain. It's meant to be used.
Okay, man. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.